Hello, and welcome to the I Made That channel. This is the first video, so let's jump right in. So, I found this wheelchair at a garage sale, and my first thought was I could definitely strap some motors onto these wheels and make it a whole lot more exciting than it is right now. So, that's going to be my first project on this channel. So let's jump over to the whiteboard so I can show you what I'm thinking. So, the requirements for this wheelchair are going to be that it can hold 200 pounds, it's fairly fast, probably around 50 miles an hour, and it doesn't tip. Should be pretty easy. As for the electronics, it'll all be powered by an Arduino that will control both of the motors just through a random DC motor controller, and it'll have an antenna so it can talk to the remote, and it'll all be powered in parallel by a 24 volt, roughly 30 amp hour battery, and it'll just use a buck converter so I don't fry the Arduino. As for the hardware, these beautiful drawings show that I'll probably just run the wheels with some bike chain and some sprockets between the motor and the wheel, and then I'll store the electronics under the seat, and we should be good to go. Now, for the remote, the requirements for that are going to be it has a range of about 300 feet, it's using joysticks, and it looks like a remote. For the electronics, again, powered by an Arduino, some joysticks hooked up, a battery pack, and the antenna, really pretty simple. And I'd like it to look somewhat like this. A 3D printed case, battery pack on the back. All of this should be pretty simple, so let's go figure out what parts we need. So, thankfully, I already have a lot of the electronic parts already, including the joysticks, switches, wiring, Arduinos, antennas, and everything like that. But of course, I don't have the expensive motors, the bigger wheels, the sprockets, the bike chain, or the battery. So let's go order some of those. As I don't have an engineering degree, I had no idea what size motors I needed to get. So I asked my best friend, AI, what I should buy, and it came up with something like this. As you can see, these motors are not cheap, and neither are the battery, the sprockets, or the bike chain that I'm going to need to order. And I'm broke, so I'm going to go need to get a job. I can finally go order those motors. After some waiting, I have the motors, a battery, and the case for the electronics. So let's go get it all put together. And just like that, it's all together. You're gonna have to believe me because I'll spare you the boredom of showing you how it all works. But it's all together, and it's time to move on to the remote control. After a little bit of 3D modeling, this is what the remote control looks like. And just like that, after a few hours, we have a very scuffed looking remote. So let's go test it out. All right, let's turn both of these on and test it out. We can go forward, pretty good, backwards, perfect, left, and right. All right, that's working pretty good. Now we need to connect these motors to the wheelchair. So let's figure out what parts we need for that. So I'm thinking we mount the motor right around here and put a sprocket on this and the wheel and chain it together with some bike chain. Then throw an idler sprocket on and we should be good. So let's go order these parts. So after a little bit of waiting, we have idler sprockets, motor sprockets, wheel sprockets, bike chain, and even some brand new wheels. So let's go get this stuff welded together. I'm editing this video right now, and once again, I forgot to record something. I cut my finger while I was assembling this the first time and just forgot to click record again like an absolute idiot. I'm actually so terrible at this. Somebody please help me. Okay, now it's all put together. Let's test and see how all this actually works. Just gonna turn on the remote, turn on the thing, and I have it at 10% speed now, just to make sure I don't destroy anything. But let's just test this thing out. Alright, I'm thinking it works pretty well. Now the caster wheels on the front are kind of making it so it can't go super straight. It's kind of forcing them to turn. So I'm thinking I'm going to either loosen those up, or I'm sure with higher speed and a bit more power, it should be able to get through them fine. So I'm going to up the power a little bit and see if I can ride this thing. Okay, I upped the speed a little bit, loosened the caster wheels on front, and I'm thinking this should be able to move me around a little bit. So let's test it. Turn the motor on, turn the motors on, should be good to go. All right, this thing moves pretty nice. Oh, don't want to crash. Maybe the gear's slipping a little bit every once in a while on this right motor, but I'm thinking it's just because the gear or the chain's a little bit loose, and I don't want to go through the trouble of rechaining it all. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. And I would test the speed a little bit better. I think I gotta up the power a little bit. It doesn't want to turn with me. But I would test the speed, but it's currently 5 in the morning. I'm tired, I cut my finger, and I really just don't want to. So I guess I'm just gonna call this good for now. And I'm pretty happy with it. It moves me around, remote control. I'm happy. Let's see how fast it goes with me off of it. Oh yeah, now it gets going. So, I'm gonna call that good. And just like that, the wheelchair's done. So, let's make sure we met all the requirements. Holds 200 pounds. I'd say the wheelchair weighs about 50. I weigh at least 150, so we're gonna count that. Fast. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. The wheels spin really fast, even if there's not enough traction. I'm gonna count it. No tipping. It didn't tip when I rode it, so I'll count it. The remote, a range of 300 feet. I have no idea, but it's pretty good range, so I'm gonna count it. Oh. Joysticks, yes, check. Looks good. Looks like we met all the requirements. Nice. And just like that, this project's done. Only 8 months later. That's pretty good. So, thank you for watching this first video. I'm sure it was horrible. You can tell me all about it in the comments. And if you happen to have any new ideas, I would love to make them. I'm not very creative, so I desperately need more ideas. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.